when we start reading about those things as we go through, but then we come to his letter to the Corinthians, and he starts talking about some things that he's going through, because Paul wasn't that great of a speaker. You know, he really didn't talk. He knew the Bible. He was an awesome scholar. He knew, you know, it in and out. He could talk. He could write. Of course, he could write. You know, but he wasn't like Peter. He wasn't like, you know, John. He wasn't like the ones like Stephen, you know, who stood and got stoned and all of that. And he was standing there while Stephen was getting stoned. But, you know, he wasn't like those apostles who could just, he didn't have the credentials that everybody else had. And so he's telling the Corinthians, he's like, listen, I'm not like all these other guys. But I'll tell you what, this is what I know. And picking up in verse 30 of chapter 11, he says, if I must boast, I will boast of the things that show my weakness. His weakness. He's not, I am an awesome writer. You need to listen to me. I'm an author. I'm a scholar. I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. You got to listen to me. No, he said, I'm going to boast in my weakness. You know, and a lot of pastors, and I know that I may sound like I'm bashing pastors a little bit. I'm not, because I am one. So I'm just speaking truth. I'm being vulnerable this morning, because we have to operate out of our weakness. So for me, all right. So I have a diagnosis of combat-related PTSD, depression, anxiety. I have fibromyalgia, and I have chronic fatigue. At least that's what they say I have. All right? But I'm not walking in those things anymore. Whereas I used to walk in those things, but now I don't. Whereas we can sit there and we can say, well, I mean, I can't think right. I got anxiety, I got this, I got that. I can't do those things. But me being vulnerable right now and standing before you saying, yeah, you can. Because I'm doing it. You know, MS. People
Close
hear,
your eyes.
person hear that diagnosed with MS, but she doesn't identify with it. She's not participating in that. She is healed of that and walking in that. So why do we have excuses for using our weaknesses as excuses for not letting God show himself strong in those things? Because out of my weakness, God is made strong. And that's what it's about, because the God, it says in verse 31, the God and Father of the Lord Jesus, he who is blessed forever, knows that I am not lying. You know, I could put my name in here. You know, Pastor Veronica could put her name in it. Those of you that struggle with stuff could put your name in this place. My dad could put his name in this place.